Wizards of the Coast is a bloated corpse, and Magic the Gathering is a crippled calamity. Right now, Magic players are freaking out about the deletion of the reserved list. On top of that, Magic markets are also freaking out about 30th anniversary, specifically rejecting it outright. And if that wasn't bad enough, Wizards of the Coast customer service continues to be an absolute travesty.
Magic. I am a wizard! History. I'm an old wizard! The Magic Historian. My bones hurt.
Greetings! Owners of fine luxury cardboard rectangles, my friends! I hope the day finds you well because we have gathered for another installment of Mega Magic News. And surprise, surprise, the world is still very much on fire. Wizards of the Coast is doing nothing to douse it at all. In fact, it seems like they're asleep at the wheel. The first thing we're going to talk about seems like Wizards of the Coast really needs to be paying more attention. So, what's going on? We're talking about the deletion of the reserved list. This has been the weekend hurricane. People have been going wild about it. I've been getting a lot of people contacting me about it, walking into game stores, things like that. People are bringing it up. So, what's the deal? Well, you know what the reserve list is, right? Wizards of the Coast made a promise forever ago saying, we won't reprint these cards. Then they did 30th anniversary where it's like, hey, look, it's some of the cards we said we'd never make. But look, the back's different. Who cares, right? So Wizards has already opened the door wide to say, hey, reserve list, I see you over there. How you doing? Shh, I know I'm not supposed to do nothing with you, but shh, come on over here. Come on over here. I'm going to put a different shirt on you. Nobody will notice, right? So you have that happen first. So people go, okay. Wizards has signaled that they don't respect the reserve list the same way. And then all of a sudden, it disappears from the website. People go to Wizards of the Coast website looking for the reserve list promise, and now it's gone. You go, you get a 404 error. So obviously, this starts to crazy up the frenzy where people go, okay, what's going on now? Is Wizards of the Coast reacting to people going, you know what, 30th anniversary is like nonsense. We don't even care. We're super angry at you. And Wizards is going, you know what? They're angry enough now that why don't we just ride this anger, scrap the reserve list entirely, and then we've just kind of got it out of the way and maybe we won't get sued, all of that sort of scenario. So there's a lot of theories as to why the reserve list disappeared. But the truth behind it is way more simple and way more ridiculous. Here's the deal. They didn't delete the reserve list promise. It's still there. It never went anywhere. Wizards of the Coast is just a hilariously and horrifically inept company. So what they do is every once in a while, they migrate their website. They take all their articles and everything, like, we're moving them over. We got a new front end. We're taking everything over from the back end onto the front end. And every time they do this, they break a whole bunch of links. Like, I've had to do crazy research for lore videos and stuff like that that required looking at really old stuff. And you would be surprised at the amount of links just in Wizards' own articles. I'm not talking about you're on another website and they say, go check out Wizards. I mean, you'll be reading an article and it's like, if you want to know more about it, click here. And then you click here and you're like, they're gone. They're gone. Where is this? But it's not gone. If you actually take the title of the article and go and search for it individually, you can find it. It still exists. It's just like they changed all the roads around. Like now there's no road that takes you there. You got to go and get Google to show you the way. It's absurdist. And they've done it a bunch of times and they knew it was going to happen. So they made an announcement like, what was it? A week or two ago? I don't remember exactly when it was, but I saw it and I knew when I saw it, my brain went, well, this is going to cause problems for them. Every time they do this, it's going to be an issue. But ultimately, I could not foresee this being an issue. I thought to myself, some people are going to have a little bit of trouble finding some old articles or whatever. And every once in a while, someone will ask me, hey, what happened here? Where'd this go? And I'll just be like, oh, they just broke the links. What I wasn't expecting was that they would break the link to the reserve list pledge. That is amazingly comedic in a time where everybody's angry at Wizards. Everybody's got every eyeball on them. They're screaming about the reserve list. Wizards basically has broken everybody's trust. Look at what they said with the Bank of America report. They said Wizards said they wouldn't reprint the reserve list, and they did. And the only people who say that it's not are really splitting hairs and going, well, the technical wording says only official, like, tournament playable cards, so these aren't actually technically a violation, but that doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if everybody reacts to it like it is, because it's so simple. It's so obvious. Wizards of the Coast is just trying to do an end run where they're like, we didn't do a reserve list reprint. So they have this situation where everybody's on them like a hawk, and then they let this link get broken and stay broken over the weekend, right? Like, this has been picking up steam to the point where hundreds of thousands of people, I literally have been correcting people on it. I walked into a game store today and they were like, whoa, man, did you hear that the reserved list has been deleted? It's gone. And I'm like, no. Broken link, bro. Just a broken link. I'm like, what? And I'm like, it's just a broken link. It's still there on the website. And they're like, what? Yeah, and I'm like, give it a day or two, they'll have it fixed. I think they might even have it fixed by the time you see this video. It depends on how things go. But ultimately, yeah, the information that it's actually been deleted and gotten rid of has spread like wildfire. And the thing is, because of the way Wizards operates, it's entirely believable that they, like snakes in the grass, would slither on over and just delete it without saying anything, right? Because they don't treat us faithfully. They don't treat us honestly. Let me tell you, I was at the Genesis Championship this weekend, and seeing the difference, the way that company operates with its people, all of the people I met said, hey, when I had criticisms about this game, I literally got contacted by the dude who makes the game. Let's talk about your issues. Instead of this stone wall that Wizards puts up where they really don't care about you. And if you don't believe me now, wait until we get to the end. Let me give you a real taste of what Wizards thinks about you guys as a customer, because this is a wild situation, and we're not even going there yet, because we've got to take a diversion off into Market Watch City, where 30th anniversary is getting Macho Man Randy Savage from the top rings like it deserves. It is showcasing the absurdity of Wizards' idea here. We're going to sell 4 of these crazy booster packs, buy them for $1,000. We're going to send this stuff out to celebrities and go, here you go, we sent you some booster packs. Plus, we sent you one of the big Power 9 cards, and we put it in a hard case so it looks special. Please show it so it looks special, and people are like, ooh, oh, you got the special card. But here's the thing with those special cards. There's a Mox Jet that was put up for sale from the 30th anniversary collector's edition, right? And Buddy wanted to get like $1,000 or something like that for it. It was like roughly like $1,000 he's looking for. So the cost of the 4 packs that you would have bought there, right? So think about it. He gets this rare, it's $1,000. It's equivalent to those 4 packs. Can't sell it. Nobody will buy it on eBay. It just doesn't sell. It sits there, and no buyers for this Mox Jet. But look, it's a black bordered Mox Jet, and it's only $1,000. Only $1,000. And it shows that people don't have faith in this stuff. They look at it and go, well, no, sorry, but this isn't real magic. And when you look at what this means as well, look at that. You can't get $1,000 from this. You bought 4 booster packs, and one of the best rares you can craft from the entire set isn't worth the cost of 4 booster packs. That is unlike any other. Like, you can crack a crazy foil mythic or something like that from almost any set. You can get a card that's worth more than 4 booster packs, or at least 4 booster packs. Mox Jet, that's the cream of the crop right there. Once you get up to the Moxes, the Lotus and everything, if that can't recover the cost of 4 booster packs, where for the people who are going to chase the money and the hits, there's no money to chase. And it gets even crazier when you go down to the low-level stuff. So there's this card called Natural Selection, and they stopped making it back in the Unlimited days. It's not a terribly good card, right? It's just like a Ponder, basically, almost. You just get to look at the top 3 cards of your deck, change them around or whatever, or maybe you can't even change them around. Regardless, the point is, it's not a very important card, but it was in Unlimited, and that was the last time they printed it, and you could get it in the Collector's Edition set as well. But now, this version from the new 30th anniversary is being listed at a higher price tag than the original, like, Collector's Editions and stuff. So it's like, hey, buy this uncommon from me or whatever it is. Buy this from me for $70, some absurd price tag. It's $70 here. It's $50 here. And this is an earlier, better collector's printing. So basically what I'm saying is Wizards has made it to the point where it's impossible for you not to lose on these packs. You're going to go, well, look, man, I spent like every card in this pack cost me at least $15 if you just break the cards, like the price across individual cards instead of top loading it into the rare. So some of that value's got to come from somewhere. But even cards like Natural Selection, which haven't been printed since Unlimited, people are like, no, sorry, you think I'm going to pay $70 for the modern border of that? Like, this is being roundly rejected. I've heard that there was a Mox Pearl that sold, but I've also heard that the sell was like a troll bid and that nothing's been finalized. So as far as I'm understanding it, This 30th anniversary, the only way it's selling is through people who want to get the packs right away and open them, but it's not actually going to do anything on the secondary market, right? Like, we've reached a situation where, aside from maybe the first few cards that popped off where somebody was like, whoa, I want this, these really aren't going to sell to most people. And if you don't have the same level of demand, the prices are just going to drop on this, right? So people are going to look at the secondary market and go, wait, so I'm just going to lose my money unless it's absolutely losing my money unless I get a power card. And then if I get a power card, I might be able to get the cost of the booster pack back. What is that Mox actually worth? Who knows? What is a collector's whatever Mox back that's just printed to who knows however many, right? The first collector's editions were done with a limited printing of, I think it was like 10,000 and 5,000. So it was like 15,000 in total. But who knows how many of these Wizards has made, right? They're driving everything into the ground by grabbing for as much money as they can, not taking the time to make their products right. Like, the quality issues that we're dealing with nowadays are absolutely insane. So I'm going to tell you the story of Flo. And this is a frustrating story, friends. Flo heads down to the shop and he buys himself a set booster box of Dominaria United and has a very unpleasant experience. And this is not a hypothetical, friends. This is a real person. This is a real story I'm going to tell you here. So, heads on down, buys himself a box of Dominaria United, all excited to open it up. Opens up his first pack. Huh, that's weird. There's no rares in here. Opens up another pack. Huh, no rares again. Continues on through the entire box. There's no rares in any packs. Now, I've had a bunch of different errors when it comes to Wizards of the Coast stuff, so I know what it's like to be stuck in the lurch with damaged cards. But I've never gotten a booster box where all the rares are missing. Is it possible? Absolutely. We see products where it's like someone's like, check it out, I got a box with all these rares. Whenever somebody gets something with a ton of extra rares, they have to come from somewhere. So the pre-release kits that had extra rares, those rares had to come from somewhere. So somebody else got those rares. He got hosed. He gets no rares. So he contacts Wizards of the Coast support and explains the situation. Hey, I bought a set display. I got no rares. Like, no rares, okay? And they're like, all right, send it to us, and then we'll make it right. So he pays the postage to send it from, he's somewhere in like Europe or wherever it is, right? He's not just in America. So he's got to send it a good distance and pay a good amount of postage, okay? So keep this in mind. Keep this in mind. You send your booster box in that's missing rares. You send the entire booster box in that's missing rares. You're logically going to go, well, they're going to replace my booster box, right? They're not just going to take my stuff and then just turn around and go, hit the bricks, ugly. But let me show you what he got after waiting 2 months. After waiting 2 months, friends. 2 months. Paying postage. He paid the postage, sent the box back, so he's out the entire box. He paid for an entire box, an entire set booster box, and was given 3 boosters that aren't even equivalent to the postage that he paid. He had to wait 2 months. He bought a booster box, got no rares, had to wait 2 months for Wizards to spit directly into his mouth. And I want you to understand something, people. I get a lot of people telling me this stuff. This isn't just some, oh wow, look at this as a corner case. This one's just big enough and I'm annoyed enough that I'm putting it in the video because this is not okay. Wizards of the Coast customer service is so egregious that while I was getting ready to record this video, I got a message from somebody who bought the 30th anniversary secret layer, the celebration of the 30th anniversary, all right? And it's missing one of the 30 packs, right? Missing one of the 30 packs. Okay, just one of the packs. But that's not the crazy part. The crazy part is what he said afterwards. He said that their customer support is glitched out, he can't access it, and basically their customer support is so worthless that he's going to go and buy the card that he wants on the secondary market. Paying himself and getting it from somebody who's not Wizards is actually easier than just having the company make it right. That is incredibly telling. And that is the state of Magic right now. We are expected to pay hundreds and hundreds of dollars for booster boxes. But don't expect the cards to be flat. Don't expect them to not have scratches and be beat up, and don't expect us to make it right. 2 months. They took his box and they 30 packs of Dominaria United. They gave him back 2 of them and a collector's pack. They just right down to the ground, man. This is insane. This is absolutely unacceptable. And honestly, I'm just going to go into full-on rage mode. So guess what, guys? If you want to hear more details about, I've been doing news videos, like style live streams as well, over on my Hatcher channel, where we have bacon and go over details. I'm going to put some up on the screen because I got to go. I can feel the rage building. I'm getting angrier by the moment. This is not okay. Anyhow. Big thank you to all of my patrons for supporting my channel. I'm glad that you guys are here. Thanks everybody else for coming by. I will see you all in the next video. Daddy's got to go cool down.